it dawned on me that when I do the editing to pick up the audio, I try to cut it really close to when I talk to pick up the background audio because I use a gate. But it occurred to me, if I just turn off the gate temporarily, at least once in recording, then without talking, I have a prime window to pick up the background audio to strip that out of the YouTube archives. That way the audio is spruced up easier. How much to donate to save the 4 frames per second death? You're gonna have to ask Toady about that one. You're gonna have to ask Toady, and you're gonna have to ask Kit Fox Games how much you'd have to donate to them to save frames per second death. The KV room, I'm working on that. The Yeti Russian. All right. So now the 2 main requests I have is a KV room. Now the KV room you requested was to be a sizable one. I remember, yeah, you said a sizable KV room. Not sure I have KVs, but we will make a sizable KV room if one is requested. Trying to figure out where I want to put it though. We might as well attach it to the farms because I'm guessing if we're growing KVs, we might at some point use them for a source of meat. So we will do that right there. When it is dug out, that will be the KV room. Oh. Also, are KVs grazing creatures? I can never remember. All right, they're KVs. If I say non-grazing, so they are a grazing creature. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna need to dig this down so that grass can grow there. And then we will have a dedicated room to KVs. I have designated all of that to not be a wood storage, so they will move the wood out of the way. So I'll channel the ground down. I'm gonna have to do so very carefully now that I think about it, because I've dug out underneath it first like a smart person. And then I will refloor it over. This will allow the sunlight to go through, as per my College of Dwarfology video on harnessing the light system in this game. And then once we have harnessed the light, we will grow things down there. And we will be able to use that for our own KV room. Now, which means down here, I wish for here to be a pin pasture. And I wish to search for KVs. Apparently we have a lot of them and aren't butchering them as fast as I would like. Doesn't matter now since we're changing that. What just happened? Melville, the bone carver, has been missing for a week. Oh, good. We'll have to figure out where Melville is in a second. If we look at the animals, how are KVs being treated? We're gonna up male adults to 2. So we'll allow 2 male adults with 6 female adults. So they have enough to be sharing. The male children, we will allow to be 3 so they can grow up for butchering. And female, I would like basically to be 50% more than the adults. And females, we will set to 9. There we go. So down here is where we will keep the KVs all safe and sound. How much do we have to donate to make Armrock himself to send down and put a dong beast in the caverns? Apparently there's only 1 adult male KV. He has to get lucky. The problem is the numbers were lower, so that was kind of on us. Oh. Boom, boom, boom. We have another. See, even with the green thing up, it's still very bright. It's just the evils of the summer. I hear you, but I must push first. We're gonna start upping our seasonal numbers from 5 to 6 or 7, and at some point we'll up it even more to 10. Who got Dwarf? Bear Grylls 88 is back. Welcome back to the stream, Bear Grylls. You missed the giant love triangle? I'm not sure what I'd call that. Daytime TV drama. Dwarf 15. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Your guy wasn't sorted. What does it think you are? It thinks you're a thresher. You're gonna be a hauler for now. Ooh, a new follower. Thank you so much for following. Welcome to stream. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I have the attention span of a goldfish. Bear Grylls 88. You are related to no one. You have no friends, no family, no one other than passing acquaintances, though you do pray to Mamgoz. Mamgoz most often takes the form of a female dwarf and is associated with fame. Oh, I see. You're a Hollywood dwarf. Makes perfect sense. Bear Grylls 88 is slow to tire, but she is susceptible to disease. Bear Grylls 88 likes Hornblende, Rose Gold, Red Barrel, Aardvark Bone, Traction Benches, Menacing... First of all, I'm still on Action Cam. Second of all, you like Traction Benches. I'm gonna say there's something weird going on with you there. Menacing Spikes and the words of the mindful lesson. Well, maybe my mind is in a dark place because of the previous dwarf sleeping with two female dwarves, one of which is married to some other dwarf. So maybe I'm just already in a dark place. But claiming someone is a Hollywood dwarf and then immediately being like, oh, what do you like? I like traction benches and spikes and mindful lessons. Okay. When possible, she prefers to consume giant echidna, parsnip wine, macadamia nuts, and Cory bush leaves. She absolutely detests worms. She has good kinesthetic sense and ability to read emotions fairly well, but she has little difficulty with words, little patience, and a large deficit of willpower. She dreams of mastering a skill someday. Kinky dwarf. The daytime dwarf dwarma. Thank you so much, Zimmaster, by the way. Oh, your name's much bigger than I thought. Zimmaster 7, but call me Zim. Well, thank you for following, Zim. Military duty for Nosferatu. All right, I got you. Don't you worry, Nosferatu. You're already in. I guess the dwarf that you got named was you're the spear dwarf. That was the unnamed dwarf, Nosferatu. You're the one who took out the Cyclops. The spear dwarf hadn't been claimed as a name. Hold on, did you really come in after the fact and claim credit for the spear dwarf? You did. Nosferatu is the hero of the town. I'm gonna consider that a achieve. I'm gonna say yes, I did it. How does one become a dwarf? Zimmaster 7, you type in exclamation mark dwarf, DWARF, or exclamation mark dwarf, DORF. The dwarfing command is free and is also used at any time to see if you are still alive. If you are still alive, the program will send a whisper back to you informing you of such. After that, it requires channel points, which is just off of how long you've watched the channel. Kill claim stealer. The Cyclops was killed by Nosferatu. Yeah, of course. That's my plan. You have learned well. Now we just need to turn Nosferatu into a vampire. Welcome to the mountain home. Dwarf number 1 for... I see mountain home saying it, but not who did it. Oh, Zimmaster. Gotcha. There's a way to know how my dwarf died. Morning Oak, if your dwarf is dead, maybe not. If it was, like, familiar enough way for it to have died, I might remember that. I'm trying to work it into my webpage, but I have not yet done so. I have created a space on one of the pages of my website, but I have not gotten into the workflow of making sure it's updated to track every death and or like moment of epicness. Yet. Dwarf 1 for Zim. Now here's the thing, I'm not gonna fit in your full name. It doesn't do letters that long. So I'm just going to go with Zim, which seems to be something you're fine with. So Zim, Dwarf 1's gonna be named after you, who is a legendary weaver. And who is talking to us? Is this a dwarf or an elf? King consort someone. Do we want anything from them? I don't think I care. Yeah, whatever. I'll trade with you in a second, whatever I want to. Do I already have things for trade here? A couple of things. It could be more. That's right. I accidentally got confused and made a ton of obsidian bookcases. I remember this now. Let us trade away potentially thousands of pounds of obsidian bookcases that we do not want. Let that update and we'll see how well we're doing there. Now, Zim. Ooh. We've had a lot of character reads, but you know, if everyone's getting new characters, it's always good to know what your character is. Zim, you have no friends or relationships, but you do believe in one deity. That is, of course, Aztog. Aztog most often takes the form of a male dwarf and associated with deformity. Okay. Zim is flimsy, quick to tire, and quite clumsy. Zim likes sandstone, trifle pewter, black pyro, reindeer hoof, the color golden yellow, spears, windows, the sign of the cyclopean velvet, and the sight of the fuchsia tress. When possible, Zim prefers to consume tomatillo wine and acorns. She absolutely detests snails. Zim has very good creativity, a lot of willpower, and ability to read emotions fairly well, and a good spatial sense. But she has poor focus. She dreams of creating a great work of art someday, and this dream was realized. Because I'm Zim Master 7 and Zim Master 6 is my father, so please call me Zim. Hey, Eldritch. I've been working. I've been in cahoots with someone to like redo the channel things, and they have a fantastic art style, one of which lends itself naturally to having emotes like that, Eldritch. So I'm hoping I can go the full thing and finally have nice, cutesy, recognizable emotes. Did we nickname? No, we did not. Does death cause work on the coffin? Are you talking about a DF hack script? Maybe? So I could select the corpse in it. Are you sure you're dead though, Morning Oak? All right, maybe you are dead. I don't know where your dead body is though. All right, we still have allowed ones. What am I looking for again? Morning Oak. Tabula Rasta, Morning Oak. All right, so this is saying this one contains you. Yeah, all right. So what is the script I'm trying to do? Death cause? Death cause is not a recognizable command. Are we sure that's the script? We sure that's the thing I type in? Also awesome. I'm alive. You type it one word. Did you type it one word? It's one word. Yeah, exclamation mark death cause. Oh, you guys can't see it, can you? Yeah. Exclamation D, or is it not an exclamation? I'm thinking of DF hack. Not DF hack. I'm thinking of Twitch. He's round. That does work still. That's good to know. I should put that in as one of the requests. That is good to know. You died of drowning. Hey! Sad lol. Oh, I remember now. Yeah. You were like one of 2 or 3 dwarves that just randomly ended up down here in the uwu and were dead. Way to go into the uwu to get your body out. Now here's the question from earlier. Hellfire, I think. Which rooms were yours? I don't know which ones are Hellfire rooms. Because you're right, it would be a thing to get your stuff back, but I don't have it anywhere in a script, or I don't think it's possible in the game to know who this shit belonged to previously. Sounds like some sort of arrangement. So yes, it has projects as things go. Right now, we've been trying to get everything into this tower base in the northeastern corner. Everything over here in the southwestern is like a work in progress thing that we just kind of live in. With everyone's bedrooms and a full base and everything religious. And kind of the work in progress is the base. But trying to get everyone in the tower in the upper right. The idea being that we can flood around the entry bridge to chase enemies down this path into this thing, which is actually an underground hill where the water will go around them and trap them. And then we would be able to shoot onto them from above, and or if we don't like them, we are half also getting lava up from below to pour lava on them. So we have like this weird death arena thing. It's a project. I wouldn't say it's like the project because I'm so many bouncing around between so many different things. It's hard to keep track of what's going on where. Now, needs pipe section. I believe what I'm missing for a pipe section was smelter. Like, I have enough to smelt again, but I believe I need steel, which means I need flux stones. We did have a flux stone layer earlier, so I know we have it somewhere. Everyone look for the cloud symbols. It's gonna be green with fluffy clouds in it. That means flux somehow. There we go. We have flux. So let us dig out some fluxes, some fluxi, some fluxin, for our dwarf to be able to make steel so we can bring magma up from the magma layers. Man to Ilmeg. Is Ilmeg the Scottish land? Maybe we need a focus, damn you, channel point option. If I did that, it would just be wasting people's points. There's no way that would work in the long run. I mean, after all, I still have a request from Hellfire Skyrim to make another room with birds and shrubbery. So the idea of a focus damn you room is just never going to happen. Sounds like some true dwarven, not that a mere weaver's stamp of approval matters, but you got it. Well, thank you. All right, build construction floor, and then there is also, while I marked it complete, there is actually completing the room for cavies, and apparently wiggling my fingers over my head is the memory for cavies. My elf wants a treehouse. Your elf is a heretic. You're an elf? Don't let him lie to you. He may be elf at heart, but we allow no elves in this base. We just smile and nod at the horrible heretic and we let him on his way. Come on, miners. You can do mining. Let us request the broker. So I believe we have enough to try to trade. I don't know what I really want from them other than to get rid of those stupid bookcases. Righteous Boner has cooked a masterpiece. Drinks are going back up from 300 to 800, so that's doing good. I don't know why the miner just decided to stop. Now, before, like, the next time I revamp this, I am changing how the request system works. The job system kind of really doesn't quite work, so I'm going to start probably changing it to a way for the request could be, like, when you get dwarfed, you request what your dwarf will be, and then the point system is only for join the military or I don't want to be in the military. Something like that. Because trying to wait for certain jobs to get filled never works, because routinely what ends up happening is at some point there is a job that needs to be filled, so I just end up filling it with whoever's the best at the time. So it's kind of hard to stick to that idea. It doesn't work. Also, a dwarven child has been possessed.
Bring me your children. I wish to use their hands. How did I do this before? I forget how I did this before. Well, was a contrast? Yes, bring me your children. I wish to use their hands to make an heirloom, a ring of ultimate power worth 20,175 dwarf bucks. Exactly. It will have hanging rings and spikes that menace.
That's how it works. Also, he began the construction already, so it's not much, whatever he's doing. He grabbed a log, and a log. Child is having his once in a lifetime mood, and he's making it out of 3 pieces of wood. Okay, cool. Let's do this, child. I was gonna say, I think I might need to make a random magma channel somewhere. Well, I am bringing magma up. What I do with it once I bring it up, we can debate and work on later. But right now, I need to get it up, so I need magma-safe material. I can't make a lot of it out of... I just bit my cheek. Second time to stream. I can't make it out of stone, so I'm making it out of steel because I don't believe iron is magma-safe. And they're leaving soon, so I wish to do a trade. Can I trade yet? And it's gone. Oh, wait, no, this one's down here. I was like, where is it? If I trade everything, it's 66,970 dwarf books. Some of those bookcases are expensive. All right, who do they have that I want? I'll take lead and silver. I fail to see why not. I don't want blocks. Blocks are dumb. So what do you have made of silver? Anything I care about? No. Good. Do you have anything made of steel? You do. I will take some. Mace, pick, axe, shirt, high boot, shield, helm, gauntlet. Take an anvil. I don't really think I need it, but I'll take one. Steel corkscrew is going to save me because the corkscrew is used for the screw pump, right? I think it is, so I'm going to take it. That leaves me with a decent profit. We did steel. We should do clothing. I'm always low on clothing. I don't think I got the clothing system to work yet. I've only really gotten it like completely self-sufficient 3 times, haven't I? I'm not that good at making sure my clothing system works. We did socks. We'll grab shoes. What are they called? Trousers. Vests. No vests. Cloaks. Gloves. Trying to think what else we got. Mittens. What's another article of clothing? A shirt, a dress. Not those. What else do we think I'm missing? Because they are getting a massive profit right now. We already know that when the tantrums and makes bone stuff from head bones, it's going to be a millstone or something silly. He's going to make a mousetrap. Iron is magma safe. Oh, that does save me some time then. If not, my fortress is in big trouble. We can dig a channel and have that elf dig it until an accident happens. Do you got socks in production? No, so I kind of do, but I haven't done the minutia on stream to make it constantly producing because it takes forever of going into each individual command and being like, make 10 socks every time the base amount of socks is below 13, and then do that for shoes. It usually takes about a solid 20 minutes to get all the production commands in correctly, and sometimes to break the 4th wall, but I know from previous numbers people don't like watching that. So that needs to be something I do off stream, and I never remember to do it off stream. It's kind of the problem with the clothing. I have it half set up, but it keeps not being automated. You just need a ton of spears, wooden shields, and helmets, tunics. Is that a thing? No, I could just go down there and look at the clothing and see which ones I missed. Quiver, backpack, greaves, trousers I grabbed. Might as well grab some thread, yarn, and silk while we're here. There's no reason not to. You know what? While we're here, let's grab bolts. It's always good to have ammunition. Bucket. Robe. That kind of counts. Cloak. Shirt. Coat. I did not grab a coat earlier. Let's grab a robe. What did I miss? No, that's a male shirt. It's not the same thing. I'll take the coats, though. Robe. Dresses I grabbed. Boots I didn't. Or at least low boots I didn't. Low boots are pointless and a waste of my time. I don't want to grab any of those. I think we basically got the amount of clothing we're going to be able to get out of them. Grab the bolts. Other than that, it's just grabbing booze, and I don't really see much. I don't think I remember seeing much in terms of booze. How do they not have booze? Well, if they don't have booze, I'm not going to trade them a bunch of things. They don't need to be having more than 100% profit. So I'll lower the profit down till it's about 15,000. Right around there. And I'll hit T to trade. Yep. I'm going to select about 10,000 of these back again. And we'll give them to them anyways. I have offered them. So now they're like, oh, look, they have given us special offerings. So it works even more. Don't use automatic and DF hack. Yes and no. I remember at one point I did try using it, but it caused an issue with my production line, so I turned it off. The Dwarven Child has created a plumwood earring. I knew it was gonna be something stupid. Let's read it. Emerald Book, the Drab Celebration. How little you gotta think of yourself if you're gonna do your once-in-a-lifetime artifact and you call it Emerald Book, the Drab Celebration. A plumwood earring worth 4,800 dwarf bucks. This is a plumwood earring. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with plum wood. The object menaces with spikes of bayberry wood. On the item is an image of Dewsome Dreamy Roof, the dwarf in plum wood. Dewsome Dreamy Roof is making a plaintive gesture. The artwork relates to the drowning of the dwarf Dewsome in a deep hill in the mid-spring of 220. Well, that's depressing. We searched for barrel, no booze? Yeah, I mean, I didn't see anything that called out barrel. I'll look again. That's it. They barely have any. I could get a few, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They had 7 barrels of booze. There you go. Why am I not able to trade? I'm hitting T, but it's not trading. Oh, it's because I'm in search. There you go. No broker requested. So yeah, it turned out they did have booze. They said, oh, also, I remember now, I hate barrels. Holding anything that's legendary must be horrible. No! It's because they got resilient. They've got the resilient dwarven hands. Nothing can pierce them, save the evil wit of an elf. Crafts Dwarf Shop. Bone bolts on repeat. Totems on repeat. Go with that for now. Just get them out of the way. Legalize dwarf pots. No, pots are good. Barrels are bad. This is true. I'm down in the caves. I should be able to get that. But if you say iron is good, then I'm already fine with just doing iron. The smelt hematite ore. That makes me iron. And I need the... I never made a forge, did I? Is that what I've been missing this whole time? I never made a forge. Build, workshop, forge? Forge. Forge. What is a forge? Not a magma forge. Why am I cooking? Why am I cutting down? Oh my God. Why am I cutting down trees for fuel when I have access to magma? The magmiest of magma can just do this for me. Why am I being dumb? Welcome to existing in the world of magma. I can just do it up here. What I would like to do is cut that, bring that over, right? So that could be a channel. Let's say that's the room, and we treat that as 3, 3, 3. Treat this as the full room. Trim this down to being closer to the edge. We go with that. See how well it works. Use magma. Thank you. Thank you, Domine. I like how we got this far into this, and everyone just blissfully accepted the fact that I was burning trees for fuel. Also, how's there more adamantine that I haven't mined? How is there just more adamantine that I haven't had to go with? Still have the one request that I am working on. Birds and shrubbery room. How are the cavies liking their cavey room? Grass is starting to grow in there, so it takes time. Probably the grass spread has been halted somewhat because of this. If I get rid of those and replace that, yeah, you can see the lines it's not going on. So if I take those out and replace it, we'll have grass again. Burning wood for fuel can be considered a waste, but on the other hand, you're killing trees, so is it really that bad? I mean, it's not even that. It's not even like it's a waste of wood, because I ultimately wouldn't care. It's just the amount of steps I'm trying to do to get stuff melted. Like, I genuinely was stuck not melting more hematite ore because I didn't have the wood. Whereas down below, I could just order all the hematite smelted and we're good, you know? Just wipe your hands of the whole situation. Who cares? Gotta drop a rain on the beard. Hauling all the hematite down to the magma will be worse. Nah, I'll be fine. We'll use like 5 wheelbarrows and it'll be good. Right now, I don't even know where I'm storing the hematite. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't even know where I'm storing it. For all I know, it's down there right now, and I've been bringing them all up very slowly. Where's stones? So we have a lot of hematite somewhere. Apparently, I have brought all the hematite up here from down below. I guess? Wait, also we haven't... Oh, it's because we've been doing the marble. I kind of just want it all brought down below. What I'll just do is I'll just do a massive stockpile with... that's cobaltite, right? Do a massive stockpile off the wagon cart. The wheelbarrow. Wagon cart, wheelbarrow, it's the same thing. You dig a big long shaft down with a pin on top, can't you just dump it all down? Yes, you can. Except at that point, you need a gigantic hole. And we have just narrowly threaded our way through like 2 or 3 caverns, mostly on accident. So getting a hole that big through, it's not going to work well. Particularly when you have caverns with evil demons on them like this that are wanting to eat our faces. These caverns have forgotten beasts in them too. So there's like actual danger down there somewhere. I don't think we're gonna be able to easily get through that. Oh good, more migrants have arrived. Make more room. Don't forget to make more room. Yes, we have plants processing, but the cloth system keeps stopping on me. Robe, coat, cloak, trousers, cap, glove, sock, shoe. Then whoever the weaver is comes up and does it until we're out of the material again, and then we just end up going downhill from there. Why not? We are out of pots. We're out of pots at 800. Well, that's not good. Where's a craft dwarf? Craft dwarf, wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I thought I had a thing to make sure we always had plenty of pots, but I guess not. Now, where has this room been done? It's been done to there. Why is that no longer a ramp? Why/how is this no longer a ramp? Oh my god, you assholes. It's gonna make it so much harder to get up and down now. Okay, how do I do this safely and without dying? I can't. I need to go out of my way to dig a ramp down there. Except for at this point, the ramp would be on the back wall? Well, no, that might still work. I don't know why the ramp is gone. Why do you hate me? Yes, they're already using wheelbarrows anyways. They just have to wheelbarrow it all back down. Well, so how did the other adamantine mining go? There is more adamantine. How was I going to have missed out on all this adamantine? All right. I think if I do it this way, they can still go up and down easy. Not wrong button. Itchy ankle. Who did this belong to? Does this still belong to anyone? Who ordered this room way back when? Who wanted an adamantine room? See, this is what I'm saying. So this is a problem. When people request rooms, I end up with unclaimed rooms later that no one has rhyme nor reason to care about. There's always an option to just dump the human to get there. It's, yep. We're on a diet trying to avoid all that sweet, sweet candy. It's now AFK as wife wanted me to go get food. No. Food is for the damned. Why is no one grabbing this stone? Oh, it is. It is tasked. We're just waiting. Fantastic. Who is tasked with getting this stone? Anyways, build, workshop, magma forge. Did I do it right? Yep, it is the one on the edge. Make you with a steel anvil using a steel bar. And then I need the other magma. I need, oh, that's the forge. I need to look at the furnaces to get a magma smelter. And that's the one that's in the middle. So it would need to be lower because of the way I did this. Unless I dug one up. Or I say I've done all this wrong. Here to you. Build furnace, magma smelter, the hole in the middle against the wall. Then I do a magma forge, but the hole needs to be in the lower right corner of it, which should be right there, which should bring you down to there. So that would line up correctly. Fire room. Well, that's what he wanted. I wasn't going to blow any of our adamantine on it, so the part of the thing that I could not harvest, I just threw into a thing. But now I think that dwarf is dead, so we have an empty office not being used, made of adamantine. That's what I need to do. I need to like put in a room request system, not a request to make a room system. That would be easier to figure out what the hell's going on. I just gotta refine the whole dwarven request system. The DRS needs to be refined. Build, workshop, magma forge would cover that. Steel anvil, steel bar, have at it. Still waiting on an architect. Oh no, he's doing it now. He's trying. He's trying his best, Captain. And then I have to get froggy with this, and I'm going to channel down to break the link, which will allow the magma in and should not let a dwarf die. Hopefully. And then we'll cover that with a floor and we'll be fine. There we go. Now the magma can pour in. As long as no one's dumb, we're good. Build construction floor on this, and then wall on this. Don't you sad music me. Why are we sad musicking? An animal has grown to become a stray KV sow. There you go. The KV production facility is underway. They have grown up. Now, I need to start tweaking things. You do not allow metal ores or economic ores. Down below is where we're putting those. So we're going to do a stone stockpile down here that needs to ignore the top row, only be that big, and this one will only allow metal ores and economic ores. It'll have 2 wheelbarrows, and that'll all there be to it. Then I will build another stone stockpile here. Nope. Here. Yeah. This stone stockpile also only allows those, is assigned no wheelbarrows, and then we'll construct a track stop that dumps to the west here, made of walnut wood logs, because why not? And then lastly, we'll go back to the crafts dwarf shop and order a wood minecart. It's out of Carpenter's, isn't it? Minecart. And that way we'll be able to get all the stone transferred into a relatively small area. When you redesign the system, getting a spreadsheet could help with room transfer from your dead dwarf to your new dwarf. So you and remember which room is for which dwarf. So you can remember which room is for which dwarf. That would make sense, except for it wouldn't. The problem is the idea is supposed to, because it allows the variability of the rooms requested, i.e. low quality, medium quality, high quality, that short of putting people's rooms in actual grid format, I don't think I'd be able to remember which room is which. Like, I'd have to create like a zoom or a note for everyone's room, and then later on track down that note to be like, all right, where is Dragoman's room? Dragoman's room. And I couldn't do it preemptively alphabetically either, because what if someone came in with a name ahead of yours and it technically pushed your room further down in the list? Do I re-dig out a new room and fill in the other person's room? It wouldn't work. Graph paper? So yeah, so that's going to be the stream. Just every time someone requests a room, about 10 minutes of me just staring down like, all right, I'm gonna draw on this graph paper here. You're gonna have to trust me on my artistic skills, but oh god, I did that corner wrong. Hold on, let me draw that. No, okay, good, I've drawn it. Like it. Me staring down trying to draw things is not going to work. It's gonna take me too long to like be flipping back and forth and be like, all right, which one of these drawings has which? It's not gonna work. It's a good idea, but it's not gonna be, I'm not gonna be able to do it. It's crazy talk. Now this smelter I can just get rid of. This smelter is garbage now. I'm gonna stop doing the wood furnace thing. I'm gonna keep the wood furnace because I might need the wood furnace, but I don't need the smelter. Smelter does not do anything that the other thing doesn't, so there's no reason. That's kind of what we're at here. Is if you even look at the rooms right that we got right now, I mean, it was mostly gridded. Just because it was my first time and I couldn't figure out what the hell I was doing. So it was bedrooms, dining rooms, offices. That was like, and then it was like small quality, medium quality, high quality was the size. And even then, I don't know who's got what one of these weird squiggles going on. Like I said, I still got to get through the backlog. I do have a bit of a backlog. I admit this. However, luckily, most of the Dwarf Fortress videos have all been 1 hour anyways. Speaking of which, how long are we into this recording? Because I keep forgetting to hit the little YouTube timer thing to remind me. We're 45 minutes in. So in 15 minutes, we'll do a YouTube break. We'll do a YouTube break. And then everyone can sit there and enjoy the 0.3 seconds of the YouTube break. And now the sun's like mostly gone after everything. Like I said, it's just this weird period of time where the sun hates me through the window. Okay, so design a website that maps your floor as you play it and lets us put in pins to request specific rooms, specific areas. We'll need some CAD and maybe some graphical mapping software. Oh, only that. Only that. You know, don't mind me. I'm just, you know, revising a script that tries to keep track of whether or not you're alive. A little 1 or a 0, and it's somehow offset half the time. But yes, I'll just get the website to start embedding CAD software. You're insane. But what if I want the new Dragon? That's the issue we're running into. Is if you don't remember to let me know about the room, then I don't remember to put the room to you. But then also second to that, if we do that, I kind of have to have things semi-planned out. That, because like, if you die, right? I think if I remember the situation correctly, if you die with a spouse, the bed is assigned to you and the spouse. So if you die, the spouse gets it, I think. And then what? When we rename you, we have your new guy kick your old guy's spouse out and their kids. Like, get lost, kids. I'm the reincarnation of your dad, and I no longer love you. Go away. I'm gonna go bang the other dude's wife. Like, what? I know which 3 rooms were mine before I died. Yeah, so like that could halfway work, but that's dependent upon people remembering. Like, does anyone remember whose that room was down below? The adamantine room? I don't see any issues with that, but bye, Felicia. It's like the worst, it's like the easiest / worst way to like avoid child support. Like, I'm dead. The fact that I still have the same conscience is neither here nor there. This is a different soul. You can take those weird little crotch goblins and get the fuck out. I've got a new chick I want to sleep with. Just sounds harsh. Yeah, this KB statue is mine. No, sorry. Belongs to me now. I don't care that your husband specifically requested it. I have the genetic memory of your husband, even though I was alive at the exact same time. I inherited his titles, so I inherit his statues. But for some reason, not his children. All right, now... There we go. A new route, which we're going to call Ores. The Ores route has 1 stop. That stop pulls from this stockpile. It pulls stone from that stockpile of the metal ore and economic variety, and that is all it does. It is hooked up to this vehicle. That should work. Real question now is, why have we not been bringing down the stone like we should have? I don't think anyone's been bringing down the iron or anything from above. This does accept hematite. So why have we not been bringing down the hematite? Also, I see the raw adamantine, so that looks like it's gonna be tons of fun. No one's bringing down the raw adamantine? The marble, the... What are you called again? You are called Stockpile 31 Job. Are any of these Stockpile 31? No. There's not a single job assigned to Stockpile 31. There's one assigned to Stone Stockpile 11. Stone Stockpile 11 is this massive one. So why are we not getting the command to grab these stones? DBC? Are they somehow claimed and I don't know it? Forbid. Hide. Wrong one. Unhide. Reclaim. Forbid. Reclaim. Jobs. 2 for 11 now, none for 31. Why are they not trying to access down below? I think we already proved they could access over here. GUI stockpile save mechanisms. Where's pathfinding? I thought there was a way to do GUI pathfinding. I think that was off of something else, so I don't remember what it was. Off of K? It was off of K. If I lock the cursor in there, yeah, they can walk between those two. So why do we have an issue? F. So listen, kids, it's not because I have a new body that I don't love you anymore. Rather, I didn't start loving you because of a new body. Well, at least the tomb will still be long. Mandate steel socks, 0 out of 3. 0 out of 3, so the mandate has already been What? I'll take your word for it. I didn't see this mandate. And it won't let me see the details of the mandate after the fact. I guess I have to just look at the NPC Shigarot to see his mandate. Now he wants bracelets. He really likes his bracelets. Yeah, I'm guessing 0 out of 3 means it's been completed, yeah. Is my character asexual? I don't know. You are an artist, isn't it like part of it? No, your lover is ghost word. You really like that ghost word. And ghost word's lover is you. Which sounds generic, but I mean, that's the only way it works here. Or it could be that they cheat on you, but yeah. Twitch is trying to scam me and my channel points by forcing you to remember who I am. I know exactly who I am. I am me. What? Is Ghostword married? No, Ghostword was not married. Ghostword only listed a lover, which was you. All right, so we aren't grabbing these. Why aren't we grabbing these? I said economic and metal was allowed. What if I create a stone stockpile down here that's just generic? This stone stockpile is 33. And no, it's not grabbing a command. So why are stockpiles down here not working? What is the particular glitch this time? What if I say 0? Hold on, we'll actually let it do a few clicks. This is driving me annoying. All right, what if I get rid of the wheelbarrow? Wheelbarrow shouldn't be causing any issues. What if I get rid of the wheelbarrow? Change your settings. What is going on? I'm losing my mind. I can't turn things on or off now. I can do the big one. There we go. Weird. I'm forbidding everything from 11. How about that? We'll let them go through and see how well that updates. Weird. It's pouring here. I'm scared. Why are you scared of it pouring? I think therefore I am. Can you assign a 2-digit hex number at the beginning of names and export information to sheets of Excel in that column or rows that release that dwarf? And to make that info, write a script to basically... Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, yes, everything you're saying is possible. But you're saying it like one of those guys, like one of those movies, like, well, can't you redirect a laser beam from this satellite over to this satellite and we'll point it at Gotham, and then somehow the redirected laser beam of light from the sun will melt the entire city without burning anyone? Okay, yes. Technically, it would be possible to do a 2-digit hex at the beginning of names. 1. Assigning them is going to be a different factor, but yeah, that shouldn't really be that hard. You also have to remember, by assigning a 2-digit hex at the beginning of a name, that I'm shortening the names allowed by 2 digits. In this case, Nosferatu 60666 already got reduced to 66. So if I did the 2-digit hex, it would be some weird 2-letter thing and then just the Nosferatu. So there's already a limit to the letters. I'd be reducing that limit by 2. Exporting that information to sheets of Excel in that column or row that relates to dwarf. Now that one is also kind of a yes. The problem is exporting directly to Excel is slightly outside of my educational expertise. I'm writing and withdrawing directly from text files right now. So getting it to import and export from an Excel sheet is capable as far as I'm aware, but beyond my current capabilities. Then to make that info write a script to basically chop the string that is their name down to just the first 2 characters that are a unique identifier. This one's losing me. I don't like, I get why, I get how, but I don't get what you're talking about to do that for. Because California, no, we're not prepared for flash floods. Looks like it's time to prepare for that water. Okay, so here's the thing. Nowhere in California are they prepared for flash floods. I'm just gonna state that outright. I'm making this grandiose assumption, this grand statement for an entire state that's relatively huge compared to countries around the world, and that is because they always keep burning down. Anywhere and everywhere that it burns down every summer, I'm going to make the assumption that it also does not have good water, like natural water systems to handle flash floods. If you were that flat, and you get burned all the way through between all the little hill areas because of the flash fires and stuff, I'm willing to bet it doesn't have a good way to handle water either. We used to kind of have those in Texas, except for there were things that most people just overlooked. Like, oh, watch out, there's a flash flood warning. You might have the flash floods. And it just meant everyone would go outside and watch the water raise by a couple inches, like immediately, and then get absorbed into the ground. Like the world's craziest sponge of doom. It was an intense 5 minutes. Up here, that shit could just be raining for hours, and we're like, oh, looks like it's gonna be, you know, bigger than nothing today. Let alone in Okinawa. Forrest Gump is not lying. When it starts raining, when it gets to rainy season over in like the Asian region, Korea, Japan, China, you start getting into that region, once it hits rainy season, it just rains. It just rains. I'd never known there could be so many different types of rain until I was in Okinawa for a few years. Holy shit. It gets to a point where sometimes you just don't even think of it as raining anymore until someone points it out to you and you're like, oh, is it? Oh yeah, it is raining. It's really, really a large amount of water that you just kind of learn to accept. Which dwarf owned a room? So again, yeah, kind of, but at this point I'm going back to just drawing a map. Like everything you're talking about, other than someone remembering their rooms, comes back to me having some identifier grid or map to identify what that hexadecimal identifier is. All of that scripting did was save me a few bits of like writing it down myself. So at the end of the day, I still need a way for that hex to identify to something. I live in the flat part. No. What do you mean no? Trimming it down is just for ease of access. All info related to the dwarf IE would be in column IE of Excel, and then the rows would be your variables. 1 alive, dead, row 2, room quality. But again, why? Like, I get what you're saying, but I don't understand how this helps me. I live close to the I don't know where Jollibee is. I don't know what a Jollibee is. You've just said a word that I've never heard of before. You said a word I've never heard of before in a rather generic, plain way, under the assumption that I would know anything you're talking about. All right, what if I turn off the hauling route? I think the hauling route's screwing me. Not a new route. I wanted to remove this stop. And then I wanted to remove this stockpile. And then I wanted to put down a new stockpile. stone. And then I want to turn off everything but hematite and economic. And then make sure there's no wheelbarrows. This is called 33. I see a ton for food, 2 for stone 11, even though I've turned stone 11 off. Stone 11 is not allowing anything. So how do I still have 2 people trying to haul stone to 11? You know how most fast foods from the US and the other countries copy it? Jollibee is Filipino and the other countries copy it. Jollibee's is a restaurant. Best fried chicken I've ever had. Okay. I mean, now I know of it. I still don't quite. Jollibee. I've never heard of that. Give everybody big bedroom, put their name on the floor with a different color material. At this point, this identification system is getting to everyone needs to have a gigantic room so that I can have specially carved into the floor the initials of their hex identifiers. Is that what we're getting down to? Is everyone who gets a dwarf gets assigned rooms? I just don't allow them to use it. And it would be like, oh, look, my hex identifier is A4. So everyone's individual rooms would have to be minimum that large. Plus the floor so I could identify it. So with this identification system, everyone's rooms are going to be that large. And then we would use the floor beneath to identify who they were. Because every room that everyone gets is now going to be an 11 by 9 square. Minimum. So I can map out. This sounds absurd. This sounds like a lot of automation that doesn't save me time. If everybody big bedroom put their name on the floor, the chicken is marinated and adobo. What is adobo? And it's kind of tangy and crispy and tender. I have no clue what adobo is now, so here's another word for me to learn. What the hell is an adobo? My room needs to have a couple of cheese wheels. Can include XYZ in their data column. There's one Jollibee in Texas. Inject all doors with GPS trackers and set their rooms with RFID key cards. Give me that big ass room. So they're on Z level 80, X tiles east and Y tiles south. You're so white, Keck. I need a mausoleum in my room too. You could do that, but make the channel points or stuff that goes in and around the room. Oh my God. Why? Why don't I? First of all, besides pointing out my whiteness, you have yet to explain what an adobo is. Does that have anything to do with fish and how they definitely don't exist? 1. 2. This is a lot of scripting and automation to assign. Jesus Christ. If everyone had 3 rooms and it was 11 by 9, this is how that would work, by the way. Everyone has 3 rooms, right? And it's an 11 by 9. So even if I would share them, so they would share the wall. So it'd be 11 by 9, 11 by 9, 11 by 9. Let's say we went with this. Let us say we went with this at maximum per base, because I usually set my cap at around 120, 150. Maximum per base, there's 120 named dwarves. So I always leave these slots available for every new base. First come, first serve. First 150 people to choose a name. They get their name, and they reserve a slot to get their dwarf back, because that's how this would have to work. Is if I'm sorting things by hexes, we would have to do it that way. So it'd be 150 maximum dwarf names per fort. Each fort gets an 11, not an 11. Each dwarf gets a 31 by 9 room. 3 rooms crammed together, but space. So you could have the office, the bedroom, and the dining room together. A 31 by 9 space across 150 dwarves. Reserved. 31 by 9, depending upon how you did that. Well, not even how you did that. Like, I'm not talking about vertically or whatever. We'll say 10. It'll be reduced by 9. So I'll take 31 off the back end. So that's 310 total volume. 31 by 10 would be 310 minus 31. So that'd be 280, 279 squares times 100 would be 27,900 plus 50% of that. So it'd be 27, what did I say, 27.5 or 27.9? 27.5 for now. I think I screwed up a math already. I forgot what it was. So 13.5 plus 250. So 13,750 plus 27, 3,000, 4,000, like 42,000 squares in total devoted towards bedrooms, even though I might not be using the full size, but just so I could have on every floor this weird identification system. And I haven't even gotten into the space required for if somebody wants a fucking tomb. That is a lot of space to look like a bunch of ugly grids. It's gonna be a bunch of squares in order to do that. That is 50,000 is what we came up with? No, it was like 500? Some massive amount of space. Like, I think it was like 31 each, so 500 total. 500,000 squares. How big is a Z level? How many Z levels worth am I giving up to do that? $144 by 144. Let's go with 100 by 100. Just say I leave hallways and shit. So reduce by 100 by 100 is 10,000. The hell am I? There's no way. It's only 10,000. Did we come up with 50,000? So it'd be 5 Z levels. It'd either be 5 Z levels or 50 Z levels. I've so lost track of where my math was. I'm gonna assume that I added a 0 in by accident somewhere in there and say 5 Z levels. 5 straight Z levels of bedrooms. You can do that, but make the channel points or stuff that goes in. You think the English word would be marinade? I mean, I know what a marinade is, but you said you marinated in adobo. What goes in adobo? Because you don't need to know who's in the tomb because it'll always be in use. So yeah, tombs would be smaller. You have a point there. Why not use the office and dining room inside the bedroom? Get 1 super valuable room instead of 3 mediocre bedrooms. Because possibly not. If someone wants a high quality of some room, but not, basically at that point, what you're doing is you have a super room and they're only requesting how nice that one room is and they get all 3 rooms. Whereas right now it's an individually requested room system. If we did that, then yeah, we would save a bunch of space. But I would have to like at least by 3 multiply the channel point worth. And after we've done all that math, and whoever's watching this in the archive has definitely skipped to the next video, we're gonna take a YouTube break. So for those of you who are watching the video after the fact, when I upload it to the archive channel, thank you all so much for watching. Catch you guys next time.